Hey guys, here is the second video in the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, Captain Marvel Kree Sentry Build-A-Figure Wave. This is Nick Fury. I am MCU Collector. Let's get right to it and check this figure out. Really awesome. We can see that he comes with two accessories. He comes with a handgun, which is nice because it's a realistic looking gun. And then he comes with Goose in shackles. So that is some kind of spoiler warning. But if you read the comics, you already know that there's something up with the cat, right? Some kind of alien creature with this huge mouth and tentacles come out of it or something. I don't even know. But we know that there's something up with the cat. Why would they have a pop figure of the cat? Why would they have it in the poster? Why would it be all over the trailer? We know something tricky is going on, and we could see that Nick Fury doesn't like it. But really cool. So you can see Nick Fury there. We have the young Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson. Captain Marvel logo up at the top. Side of artwork looking very good. We see a nice young Samuel L. Jackson. That is a computer rendering, of course, based on real promo art for the movie. But looks good. And we know that Disney has perfected that technology and will be using it over and over and over again. We see the same Nick Fury image there. We have the entire wave of figures. Let's take a look at that bio. And the bio for Nick Fury reads, in the years following the Cold War, Nick Fury wrestles with his sense of purpose within S.H.I.E.L.D. When Nick crosses paths with Captain Marvel, they become Earth's only hope for stopping a Skrull invasion. Ooh, very interesting, of course. And then we have the entire wave of figures for the Kree Sentry Build-A-Figure. And there is the UPC for everybody that wants to know. Let's get right to it and open this figure up. Okay, and here's the Nick Fury out of the package, looking great. Now, I will not be going over the articulation of this figure because we have seen this suited body used multiple times, whether it was Chameleon, Tony Stark, Bruce Banner. Huh, is that it? Claw, which I don't even have yet. Coulson. Iron Fist, kind of, the Defenders MCU one. Anyway, it's been used a few times, so I'm not going to go over the articulation. One thing that I will mention about this one is this figure, it tends to not want to stand so well. However, this guy, I can get to stand fairly easily. Oh, no, see, he's not going to want to stand now. Every time I do that, because the way the feet are on the suited body is very weird. So I usually have a very tough time getting a suited body figure to stand, but him not as much. Let's take a look at those accessories before we take a closer look at the figure. Okay, so Nick Fury comes with a black handgun. So nothing special there. We've seen this one released multiple times. Off the top of my head, I don't know exactly which figures. I can't break it down, but we know that the previous Nick Fury figures have come with pistols like this as well. The big accessory, of course, is going to be this Goose figure. At first, I was like, oh, are those hinged arms? They are not, because they had to... I think it was just the easy way for them to be able to mold the two hands shackled together, and then they just glue them onto the figure. So there is no hinge on there. But the paint apps for the cat are done quite nicely. You see the texture of the fur is good, and then they go from a light color into the darker orange. They do that quite nicely as well. The silver on the shackles is done nicely. You can see the fur in between on those shackles. So again, the paint apps are done quite nicely, and then the eyes look pretty good. They're a nice bright gold color. And that looks pretty good. And then there's some red in that shackle, so I don't know if it's powered up somehow, maybe. Black strap going into the back, and you can see the way it's sculpted because Nick Fury will actually be able to hold the cat by the fur there, and I'll show you that as we look at the figure. And then the only other accessory is the first Build-A-Figure piece to the Kree Sentry. Now, I did see a picture online of him built up next to Apocalypse, and it looks like he's got a decent size to it. But again, I think this is one that not a lot of people cared for. Nobody probably saw coming. Only the true comic fans would probably appreciate the Build-A-Figure. I'm just not a fan. I've heard people call it, you know, a cheap Sentinel and things like that. We'll see what it's like when it's put together. So far, it's just okay. It's a nice metallic purple throughout, and then this nice metallic gray. I don't want to say it's not silver. It's like a metallic gray with a little blue hue to it. There's some marbleization in the plastic. It does look pretty good. I'll be interested to see once I have it all completely built, really what it's going to be like. But let's take a look at Nick Fury. Okay, here is Nick Fury up close. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you may have already seen the images that I posted of this figure. I do from like the profile shots of the package side and all of that. And I get a close-up of his face. Now, it's difficult and it's going to be hard to see on camera. I think it shows through a little bit, but you'll notice his eyes are green. I have no clue if that means that he's a Skrull in the movie, that's some kind of spoiler or some kind of twist. No idea. My thinking is that that's just how it came out in the printing of the face onto the figure. I could be completely wrong. Somebody suggested maybe it's a variant. I wouldn't go so far to say that. But that person has seen another one in hand and said that the eyes are not green. This is the only one I've seen, so I don't have anything to compare to. I have no idea. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. So who knows? I mean, we're not going to find out that until definitely the movie. I don't think something like that's going to be spoiled. But the sculpt of it does look very good. I can clearly see Samuel L. Jackson in it. And as I'm looking at the figure, not through the camera, but as I'm looking directly at the figure, I can't unsee those green eyes now, though. Man. But go to my Instagram and look at the close-up shot of it. It's pretty crazy. The pupils themselves are not green, though. It's just green around the eyes. And again, I think that's just how the print came out. But, man, I think that sculpt for Samuel L. Jackson looks fantastic. I really like that. It's just a black suited body, feet there, gray tie with a white jacket. You can see... Ooh, wait. Is that new? Maybe that's a new torso. It's got holsters in there. You got gun clip holster, ammo clip holsters there. You can see that there's 2 clips there. This side he has an empty holster because his gun is right here. There's nowhere to place the gun, so that's a little unfortunate. So I actually think that is a brand new torso, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe so. How about that? So let's take a look at the articulation. Ab crunches down quite far. Doesn't crunch back as much, but a little bit, even though the jacket's not going to quite hinder that. So we'll have to look at the neck peg so he can look down. You get a little bit of shift in there. He can look up. Huh. Full rotation, a little bit of pivot in there as well. So hey, how about that? That's exciting. Wasn't expecting that. So awesome. Nick Fury. Now let's see if we can hold Goose. Let's see how we do this. You can actually see there's actually a cut in on this side, so you can actually fit fingers right in. So maybe it's got to be his right hand to do it. That's the trigger finger for his gun, though. That's a tricky one. Yeah, I'm not sure you're supposed to hold the cat that way. Let's see. Turn it around, and you can hold the cat like this and say, hey, what is this damn thing? You know, Samuel L. Jackson, we know he's going to say a different word. Not in a PG-13 Disney movie, though. But yeah, so he can hold Goose, and that looks pretty cool. I kind of like how they did that. It's a nice little touch with holding Goose. But there it is. There's the Nick Fury action figure from the Hasbro Marvel Legends Captain Marvel Wave Kree Sentry Build-A-Figure. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Head to my Instagram and check out the close-up shots of that head to really get a feel for those eyes. Link is in the video description below. Hit that thumbs up if you guys liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. I'm on the road to 5,000, hopefully within the next couple of months. So thank you for all your continued support. Truly appreciate it as we bring in the new year. And as always, thank you for watching.